Вечірній Київ.
Here is Kyiv in the evening, our office. Monday evening. You know we get used to saying Monday is a tough day. We have war in the country. So every day is Monday.
From the very beginning of Ukraine's war, the world has gotten an account firsthand from the man at the helm of the resistance.
We're all here. Our soldiers are here. The citizens of our country are here. We are all here protecting our independence, our country, and it will continue to be this way.
Bold, even brazen and charming, Volodymyr Zelenskyy is leading his country with little more than a camera phone. And it's why Moscow wants him dead.
According to the information we have, the enemy has marked me as target number one.
Even before Volodymyr Zelenskyy became president, he was already well known. Just a few years ago, he was a comedian and actor with a comedy troupe of close friends. No one could have guessed he'd become Ukraine's next president. Except maybe Volodymyr Zelenskyy himself. In 2014, the Maidan uprising ousted President Viktor Yanukovych. Ultimately, his downfall was his refusal to sign a free trade agreement with the EU. A decision many protesters saw as proof their leader was in Moscow's pocket. After Russian-backed separatists took hold of parts of Donetsk and Luhansk in eastern Ukraine, Mr. Zelenskyy cut his lucrative ties with the Russian market and started work on Servant of the People.
Василий Петрович Голобородько. Доброе утро, господин президент.
The show is about an everyman who, through speaking out against corruption in politics, suddenly becomes president. Life-tracking art. But the presidency of Volodymyr Zelenskyy is actually stranger than fiction.
I will vote for Zelenskyy because there is hope that this man, who comes from the people, can better understand us and break the system that exists in the country.
It's a fair question. Why would Ukraine elect a comedian?
This is a new face.
When all the votes were counted, Volodymyr Zelenskyy came to the presidency with a staggering mandate. The margin of victory was more than 73%, but there were concerns over his lack of experience.
I don't think he or the other candidates will stand up to Putin. They'll just have a laugh, drop to their knees and give him Ukraine.
Despite concerns over his ties to Igor Kolomoisky, one of Ukraine's most powerful tycoons, Mr. Zelenskyy has made an effort to root out corruption since taking power. As president, Zelenskyy settled into his new role. He looked like a man at ease with himself despite, at times, facing a steep learning curve. But his greatest challenge as president was yet to come. The alarm finally rung out over Ukraine's capital. For weeks there were warnings over an invasion, thousands of troops massing for war games just beyond the country's border.
The best friend for enemies, that is panic in our country. And all this information that helps only for panic doesn't help us.
Trying to keep his country calm, there was a sense of disbelief when the invasion actually happened. President Zelenskyy's greatest legacy may be that he stayed in Ukraine, and his countrymen and women did too.
Yes.
Listen, I am here. We will not lay down our weapons. We will defend our state because our weapon is our truth.
When offered evacuation from Ukraine by the US government, Volodymyr Zelenskyy is reported to have said, "I need ammunition, not a ride." And while appealing to Western nations for more firepower, he put forth his country's application for membership to the European Union. But now, with his country increasingly surrounded by Russian battalions, tanks and artillery, Volodymyr Zelenskyy's call for a no-fly zone is growing louder.
Ukraine has been repeating to its partners since the first day of the Russian invasion, if you do not close the sky, you would also be responsible for this catastrophe, a massive humanitarian catastrophe.
Mr. Zelenskyy is winning hearts and minds the world over.
Snow fell. It's that kind of springtime. You see, it's that kind of wartime. Harsh, but we will win.